From downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, in the historic Union Pacific Depot at the Gateway, this is Devotion Championship Wrestling. Hello, folks. Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone, calling the action today from the Grand Hall. Thanks for joining us as we premiere every week here on Fite TV. For tonight's main event, a battle of the bulge, if you will, as the bod takes on the quad. Jameson Ryan and Brett BuffShay look to settle the battle of the bulge. But first, Brother Chatwin will defend the core title against the Minneapolis marksman, James Tapia. Tapia had this to say in preparation for the match.
Brother Chatwin, it's you and me for the Devotion Core Championship. So you can preach, you can pray, whatever it is that you do. Because honestly, bro, look at me. If you think that my success comes from getting on my knees, putting my hands together and begging for things to fall into place for me, then you got me messed up, son. Every ounce of success that I have, because I'm a go-getter. I get up off my ass, I put in the work and get things done. Just like I'm coming to Utah, rubbing your face in the mat and walking out with that core championship around my waist. So Chatwin, now you know who I am, and you know why I'm here. Guerrero, y arriba Puebla, cabrón.
The following contest is a singles match set for one fall and is for the DCW Core Championship. Welcome back, folks. We are getting things underway. James Tapia in the ring going up against Brother Chatwin for the Core Championship. Of course, we are in the best of hands in our officiating from our senior referee here at Devotion Championship Wrestling, Chris Harmon. MK and his young protege, Kid Ref, out here to, what they would say, make sure he gets a fair shake in defending his title. I'm sure they'll do more than anything that's fair. But the two, after having words go into a collar and elbow tie-up, Tapia getting the advantage, now going into a reverse wrist lock. Quickly employed, now quickly reversed into an armbar, a standing armbar from Brother Chatwin. Tapia looks to evade. Still locked in with the armbar is Chatwin. Now, if you're thinking that Tapia might look familiar to you, you're probably a wrestling fan. You're probably watching some of the biggest shows on television, like 205 Live and AEW Dark, of which he has been on both, among many other promotions. Of course, Tapia being trained by the great Brian Kendrick, Molly Holly, and others. Here today in Salt Lake City, in part due to the Impact seminar and tryout being held here with Devotion Championship Wrestling. Tapia looks to break down Chatwin. He does so and goes right into a side headlock. Now a takeover, beautifully snapped down, holds onto the position. Chatwin reverses into a pin attempt. Tapia quickly escapes that, not releasing that side headlock. Chatwin looking to create some separation for himself here with a couple of elbows, goes for a third, breaks it, no. Instead, pitches Tapia up and over, makes it look easy, doesn't he, folks? One of the most agile light heavyweights in the game, unlike Chatwin has ever met, as he now meets the drop kick from Tapia. The devoted faithful here in attendance, elated with what they're getting to see right now, of course, anytime a member of the Prophets of Destruction gets a good old-fashioned what for, the devoted faithful rejoice. The challenger looks to whip. The champion, off the ropes comes Chatwin, looking for a back body drop, but no, reverses it. But pops right back up with a basement drop kick. This could be on. 2, no, just 2. Chatwin gets a shoulder up, and in classic Tapia style, not getting disgruntled, the man is as cool as the other side of the pillow. Meanwhile, Chatwin looking to go on the offense now, comes in with a running lariat, now a running bulldog. Tapia filling it right on his chin. Chatwin rolls him over, goes for the cover. 1 2/8 perhaps. Chatwin now, wow, with a double hook to his eyes. Referee Chris Harmon seeing it and quickly employing a count. Of course, keep an eye on MK and Kid Ref because I'm sure they've got designs to intercede if needed. Now on the bottom turnbuckle, referee Chris Harmon delivering the count to Chatwin, and gosh, we've got the whole world watching us with Impact being here, and MK and his Padawan there, Kid Ref. This is what the world is going to think of DCW because of that move right there. It's despicable. MK should be grateful that he has the opportunity to have a client like his go up against a talent as highly ranked as Tapia. Tapia to his feet now, comes back with a couple of right hooks, now with a backhanded chop, looks to whip the champion. The champion reverses, off the ropes comes Tapia. Tapia now with the defensive lineman's rip and swim, setting up for a small package, goes into the pinfall. Chatwin kicks out at 2 and very close to 3, but Chatwin now with a double chop to the throat, stuns the challenger despite his size, hits a big belly-to-back suplex, taking direction from MK, comes in, goes for the pin, 1, 2, in his haste, does not make a cover, which employs any type of hook to the leg or shoulder, an easy kick out for Tapia. Frustratedly, Chatwin now going for a sleeper hold, again different from MMA in a choke. The goal is to stop blood flow via the carotid artery, not restrict airflow, but a reverse jawbreaker stuns the champ. Now in pursuit, a big chop from Tapia, sets up to whip Chatwin reverses, off the ropes comes Tapia, and Chatwin looking for the Sagan's stunner, sheds the champ, pushes him off the ropes, and now a big breaker. And this is what sets athletes like Tapia apart from the rest of the locker room. You know, they're not looking at executing one attack. They're looking way down the line. While others are playing checker, these guys are playing chess. They're setting up multiple attacks, multiple maneuvers in anticipation of delivering a devastating blow. With both competitors to their feet, in rushes Chatwin to be met by Tapia's elbow. Ooh, another shot right on the button. Tapia creating some distance between himself and the champ. Blocks a right hook, comes in with a right hook of his own, not once but twice, now a third time, fourth, it keeps going. Tapia sets up for a whip, reversed by Chatwin, off the ropes, ducks a right overhand hook, and comes in, putting down the champ, and now a sidestep back elbow, puts the champ down again, and another body check. He is the Minneapolis marksman for a reason. Every shot he takes is precision-like. Goes for the cover. 2. So close. So close. Almost there. He's done it all perfect. He's just got to keep going. And now he's calling for it. He's taken to the ropes, folks. Pulling out the stops to become the core champion. He drags Chatwin into position. However, what? Kid Ref, the youngest member of the Prophets of Destruction, he just slid something over to Chatwin. Meanwhile, the ref is trying to maintain control in the ring, but Chatwin, oh, it's the brass knuckles. MK's brass knuckles handed off by Kid Ref, and that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still DCW Champion, Brother Chatwin.
A horrible representation from the Prophets of Destruction, albeit that a decision has already been made, and with no replay, there's no way to reverse that decision. Therefore, the decision stands. Brother Chatwin retains the core championship. Heartbreaking for Tapia, who gave it his all, and that's the lows that the Prophets had to stoop to, which is kind of their regular watermark. Folks, coming up, we still have our main event, the Battle of the Bulk, where the Body, Jameson Ryan, will take on BuffShay. Oh, great. Who gave this guy a mic?
I have been doing this for 12 long years.
It feels even longer for us, MK, much longer than 12 years.
I have been doing this for 12 years, and I've been doing it for one reason. And that reason,
Self-aggrandizement?
that reason is to get signed.
Oh, sure.
Now there's a gentleman in the back who you all know. His name is Scott D'Amore. He's a wetback from Canada.
Oh my gosh. Come
and he
on.
came here to evaluate talent.
MK's gone too far.
My talent, and I'm the best. And I want Scott D'Amore out here right now to give me a contract. And I'm not going anywhere until he comes out.
Well, with the sound of the Canadian national anthem, the executive vice president of Impact Wrestling here as part of the tryout and seminar hosted by DCW. MK, not how I would want to introduce myself to an executive president of a company.
How's everybody doing here at DCW? So for those of you that missed it, as I said, I know I need to deal with my pajamas wearing friend here. But the reason I came to Utah for the very first time was for devotion and to see my buddy Manny Lemon squirt lemons in someone's eye. And I came out here this afternoon and got to see a bunch of amazing talent, not just from Utah, but from all over the place, come out here and show why there's great talent all over this country.
You know what? There's a reason why I put you in that rat hotel last night.
Because you're a cheap jerk?
Well, he's definitely right about that.
There's only one talent.
Because you're too dumb to use your credit card and you had to go pay cash at some hooker motel?
Oh, he's got to have a credit score before he can even use a credit card.
There's only one.
Because when looking like that, no respectable motel, hotel, Airbnb, or anything else would do business with you.
Listen.
Because you're stupid?
I think that is the nail on the head.
I am the number one talent here. And if you don't sign me, you are gonna be sorry. You are the one who needs to sign the number one talent in this state, in this country, MK! And you do it now!
Well, first of all, don't poke me.
What are you gonna do about it?
Shut up! And second, If they killed you for being talented, they'd have murdered an innocent man. So, MK, I'll tell you what. I didn't come here with a contract, but I came here with a whole bag full of whip ass, and it's been a long time, but brother, it's time to bring it out.
I watched some of the seminar today, and I'll tell you what, Scott D'Amore can throw down.
You bring it, old man!
But we know that music. Ladies and gentlemen, accompanies Scott D'Amore to the tryouts. One half of the big swinging tag team champions of the world. The big LG. Representing the Good Brothers here at DCW. I think MK is about to have a very rude awakening.
How we doing, Salt Lake? Hey! Well, I'm glad to hear that because I'm having a hell of a good time with all of you too. So thank you for being here.
No, thank you. Thank you for being here.
And MK, it seems like you got an issue with the man who pays the bills. Listen, you can stop popping the crowd. This isn't All Japan. This is Salt Lake City, Utah.
All Japan.
Okay? This isn't New Japan, All Japan. I don't care where you've come from.
MK showing his age there.
Listen,
All Japan.
I'm not gonna let you intimidate me. I'm not gonna let you intimidate me of anybody.
Ooh. I think MK just signed a check that his bank account is gonna come up insufficient. But he's not backing down. Oh, he should have. He should have tucked tail and run, because Doc Gallows put him out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, I know as much as everybody here in Salt Lake City likes to see MK get knocked down, there's one thing they want to see more, and that's a magic killer!
Ho, ho, ho! Will Scott D'Amore stand
I've seen
in?
this once or twice. I think we can do this.
Scott D'Amore as Carl Anderson's proxy, calling out a magic killer to MK. Scott sets him up. The magic killer! Thank you, Scott D'Amore, and thank you, Doc. Folks, let's look at the impetus for our main event, a confrontation that happened prior to the booking of this next match.
Three plays. Giving it down. Giving it down. Hey, quad guy. Did I tell you to respond? Did I ask for your opinion? You think this is a joke with your little painted nails? Is this a game to you?
Hey,
you're not gonna take me seriously? You're
Woo! I'm hyped, and it's not for my pre-workout BuffShay 20 on all bucked up products. No, I'm hyped. It's the quad versus the bod. It's the best quads in the business versus the best body in the business. It's like Hogan versus Warrior, but it's better. It's Brett BuffShay versus Jameson Ryan. The body guys are running wild, brother. And one more thing, Jameson Ryan, make sure you take those Ray-Bans off when you step into the Pit Viper's house. Woo!
Attention! Attention! This is your beloved leader, Og the Exalted.
Doesn't he have any friends? Is it a good idea to have friends? Would it be more fun to have friends to play with? Maybe having friends would be a good idea. But who? How can you find friends? Going home isn't going to be lonely this time. It is fun to be with your friends. That's good. Can you think of other things you can do to make friends?
Welcome back, folks. This is it, our main event. Jameson Ryan and Brett BuffShay, the Battle of the Bulk. Referee Chris Harmon officiating this bout. And a grudge match it will be. No love lost between these two buffed out bros. Ooh, a hard throw into the turnbuckle. But BuffShay pops right back out. Now with a big scoop slam. Showing off that it doesn't matter your fat percent as long as you've got the muscle. And he does, folks. BuffShay, who has recently been working in Georgia, has really bulked up over the past few months. He has been clanking and banging in the weight room, but oh, did you hear that bang? As Ryan tosses BuffShay into the turnbuckle. Oh, goodness sakes. Ryan now looking for a pin, hooks the leg. No, just one. BuffShay not letting Ryan get anything on top of him. Well, perhaps I should rephrase that because Ryan just on top of him tries to come down with a falling knee, but BuffShay gets out of the way. And BuffShay was looking early on to finish things with the PR, but instead he gets a healthy serving of, oh, come on now. Giselle, who's accompanied Jameson out to the ring, meeting out her own leg workout on BuffShay. And while Ryan keeps the official occupied, oh, BuffShay is leveled. Giselle is not one to hold back, especially when no one's watching, no one being the official. Chris Harmon now beginning a count, and Jameson takes the time to show off, or to perhaps get a little pump in so he can pop for the camera. Well, I'm not gonna lie, he does have a great body. And in this case, I don't think he is as concerned with getting the win as he is as humiliating BuffShay. BuffShay here in front of his hometown, here coming back, goes for the cover. Brett BuffShay able to get out of the pin attempt. Still dazed though, having been rocked to the ground by Giselle. Backed into a corner, and Ryan with a boot pressed firmly across his throat. Being warned by Chris Harmon. Jameson laughing it off. And coming right back into the corner, pounding down, chopping BuffShay to the mat. Goes for another pin attempt, and BuffShay kicks out. BuffShay going directly into a referee position with a rear waist lock, squeezing BuffShay. For anyone that has done any sort of catch wrestling, you know how tiring that gut-wrench lock can be. BuffShay working to get to his feet. He does so, and looking to spread and break the hold. He does so, backing Ryan into the turnbuckles. BuffShay now looking to whip his competitor, reversed. BuffShay comes off the ropes and hits a jumping chin buster, but that's not all. Followed up by a lariat. Would you listen to the devoted faithful. They love their Brett BuffShay something fierce. But has he exhausted all that he had? Already up to a 4 count, referee Chris Harmon allowing these gentlemen a 10 count. They both are able to make it up and put down with the sidestep elbow, followed up by a second. Ryan pops back up to his feet, rushes in, off the ropes, and hit with a jumping knee. BuffShay is feeling the burn. Probably not so much as it's burning across Ryan's back as he is slammed into the ground. 2, no! Ryan kicks out at 2.5. BuffShay is beside himself. He thought he had this in the bag. Ryan crawling over to the corner while BuffShay psychs himself up with the help of the devoted faithful. He's calling his shot. He rushes in to be met by Ryan's boot. Onto the second rope. Ryan ascends and comes down looking for a double axe handle. BuffShay looking for the PR, but instead is put back down into the mat. And this time, it is Ryan who can't believe that didn't end things. It's so interesting to see guys that are this big, guys that have this much muscle, able to move so quickly. This has been the pace of a light heavyweight match. And Ryan lifts up BuffShay as if he were a light heavyweight. BuffShay able to get out, looking for the PR. He hits it. He hits the PR and goes for the cover. And that's it, folks. Brett BuffShay with the W. In this case, the quads did beat the bod. Congratulations, BuffShay. We are always happy to have you back here at DCW. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of DCW and Death Ray Media, I'm Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone. Thanks for joining us here on our premiere on Fite TV. And until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.